Alright, so here's a little update, a little problem that I noticed. So as I was rendering, the domain started popping up. So I was like, oh no, this is a problema. And so I went to the files, and then I checked, and I was like, oh my god, the domain really is popping up here. So if I just go back, see it's horrible. So I did a version 2, and I actually went to go and change the output, and I thought that it would be best if I just started the render from frame 250, not from frame 250, but I restarted it, right? I did replay again, and then it wouldn't actually replay, which is bad. So yeah, it would stick as a cube, and so I thought, okay, what if I just do 40 to 80, but then I thought, well, no, that defeats the whole purpose of having it already settled, because if I do 40, then it'll start at 40, and I don't want that. I want it to just be settled already, and not start at 40. And then it doesn't work. It's just not working. Oh my god, now it's working? Are you serious? I'm so confused. See how it doesn't make sense? It just doesn't make sense. Let me escape. If I go to 0, I just don't know what's going on right now. It's not working. What if I just start here at 1? No, that's not what I want though. You see, it doesn't make sense to me. But I don't want the render to be from... This is great. If not, I'm thinking that I can just convert it to a mesh, which was my original idea. And then have it be that way. And I think that's what I'm gonna do, because I can't afford to waste time on this. I think that's what I'm gonna do, yeah. So I'm just gonna let it, I'm just gonna say bake, because even though it's baking, but whatever. Just gonna let it bake for a few minutes. And by minutes, I mean just seconds, because it's almost done. Let's see. That's good. So I'm gonna press escape, and what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go here, right, and I'm just gonna press on the actual domain, and I'm just gonna right click, convert to mesh. So now right, mesh. So now it's just the liquid, thank God. So that's perfect. And let me just delete that. So I think that at this point it's gonna stay there no matter what. So I think I fixed that problem there, and I'm just gonna, I can now start from 1 and end at, I'll do 35. So it is gonna be a little faster now. So at this point I'll just do the rotation a little bit all over again. So N, if I go to rotation here, for the empty actually. Oh, whoops. So I'm just gonna click on this one. Delete. Can I just delete all the keyframes? Thank you. So I'll start at 1, keyframe 1. Wait, did I have one at 0? Let me delete that one. Alright, so let me go to keyframe 1. So I'm just kind of redoing everything. So I'm going to hover over the Z and just press I. This stands for insert keyframe. So I'm going to insert keyframe of 0 for rotation, and then I'm going to go to keyframe 35, and I'm just going to do -360 for the Z, and I'm just going to hover over that and press I to insert that keyframe there. And so notice that it's working out and it's going counterclockwise as I wanted to. Not counterclockwise, excuse me, clockwise. So perfect. And that way the domain will pop up because now I converted it into its own mesh and I called it liquid, okay? So I'm gonna do Control S, and then I believe if I go here to output, Where's my stuff? Okay, yeah, output over here. I changed it so it's actually version 2. So if I go to desktop, Blender, animations, perfume bottle, and then I clicked on the version 2 folder and I pressed accept. So now those new images, those new frames are going to go there. So I'm going to render, first of all, Control S, render animation, and then that should be that for this situation right now. Okay, and then I'll come back later when it's... Alright, unfortunately I realized another problem. I just realized that I actually had, like, hold on, let me show you what the renders look like. So, working, right? But then I noticed over here, it looks very odd. I was like, why does it look so odd? And so I clicked on the picture, and then this popped up, and I forgot that I had another bottle there, but it's not like another bottle, it's more like, it was what was holding the liquid, and I don't know I don't know I don't know how to fix this. I thought that that's so weird. So I feel like, okay, in the modeling I messed up. So I think I modeled the wrong thing, because I think what has the tilt is the one on the inside, but then notice that it's the top one that has the cap on. Bro, this is horrible. And I didn't notice it because I had it on here in the outline, so I couldn't see it, but then I forgot to turn it off in render view, which is really bad. So this is a problema. But you know what, it's okay. It's literally 8 p.m. I'm gonna have to cancel everything and delete everything. And start again, and I guess I'll just leave it for tomorrow morning, and I'll finish it tomorrow morning. I'll let it render overnight. So I'll just close this, I'll cancel everything, and I'll go ahead and delete these, and I'll keep the same, what do you call it, the same path for the output, version 2, and I'll just start at 1, and I'll just do Control S, and then it should work now since I took, I took it out of there. Right, so let me just make sure everything is working. Go back to 1, and then just do render and render animation, and I'm gonna leave that overnight, and I'm done for today. And I don't know if I want to paint or go to sleep or eat popcorn, watch a movie. Let me think. I think I'm gonna paint. Yeah, I think I'm gonna paint. Okay. Today is June 29th, 2022. It is well, today is day 142, but I'm finishing up day 141, which was yesterday. Which was the perfume bottle, the rotation one. So if I go back here, the images or the frames should have rendered. So if I go to desktop and I go to Blender and I go to my animations and then I go to the perfume bottle version 2, I should have the frames. Right, perfect. 35 frames. Okay, everything looks good, I think. So now I'm just going to go back to Blender, to the Blender file. I'm going to scroll up here at the top where like you have layout, just scroll with your mouse button thingy, and then go to the plus sign, go video editing, and then just open up a video editor. And then here I'm just going to add an image sequence, and I'm going to go to where my images are. And I'm just going to select the first one and scroll all the way down, and then shift select the last one, and then all of them in between should be selected, and then add image strip, and now you can see it happening right here, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, and so at this point, I'm going to go to the output properties in the, what do you call this thing? Properties panel. I'm going to make sure that the resolution is the same as it is in layout mode and output properties. Okay, yes, and then I'm gonna go back here. 24 frames per second, ended at 35, and then I'm just going to change the directory in which it's going to render here. So let me go to desktop, Blender, animations, perfume bottle, and then I'll just go to version 2 and over here click on video. and then I'll select that folder, and so that's basically telling it this is where I want the video to be put in. The file format is going to be an FFmpeg video. Then if I go to encoding, the container is going to be an MPEG4, and for the output quality, I'm going to change it to high quality. Keyframe 18, and if I go to, let's see, okay, that's pretty good. Alright, and that's pretty much it. So at this point, I'm going to do Control S to save, and then I'm going to scroll all the way up here to all the way to the left, render and render animation, and it should render pretty quickly now that we have all the frames, you know. I could have definitely made it look not that thin, because it does look really thin actually, but it's okay. The whole point was to, you know, to have a animation. Alright, so wait a few seconds, and while that does that, I'm just going to open it up here and wait for the video to load up here. Alright, and it did. So now you can clearly see the video. Oh, that was like really fast. Oh my god, that is really fast. Interesting. That's because I only had 35 frames. Still works though. Yeah, because it makes sense. So in order to increase the speed, you want to decrease the frames, and in order to make it decrease the speed, you want to increase the frames, and I only did 35 frames. So that's fine though. So yeah, that's pretty much it for yesterday. I don't really know what I'm gonna do today because I don't want to do another one of these because it takes literally all day to render. So I might just maybe work on something else, like play around with kind of the same thing but just not render it. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Bye.